Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Please hit the like button. This is why these illegals need to get up out of here. This is one of the reasons why. This Cuban migrant just cut off the man's head, kicked it down the street. I was just outdone when I saw this video. This is definitely not for children. Because they way of life, and they bring they demons over here. And that's just a fact. And I'm gonna show you this video. It is sensitive. A Cuban immigrant named Jordanis Corbos Martinez was arrested in Dallas, Texas for the brutal murder of motel manager Chandra Nagliam. He Indian. His last name got like 30 letters. He was beheaded with a machete in front of his wife and son. They ain't gonna never get over that PSTD. For real. The attack stemmed from an argument over a broken washing machine at the motel where they both worked. Carlos Martinez was found covered in blood and was arrested on capital murder charge. He is being held without bail in the Dallas County Jail. Immigration ICE has issued a detainer for Carlos Martinez. According to ICE, he had previously been arrested for other crimes, and while in ICE custody, he was released on supervision in January 2025 because Cuba refused to accept his repatriation. Hey, what up, therapy? Cuba refused to take him back. They glad to get that psychopath out of their country. Facts. You heard about that man in Dallas, Texas that beheaded the hotel person, right? Wow. Trump vows tough action after the beheading of the Indiana. Right, that's my point. They bring their demons and they way of life. Here, let me drop the link. You ain't watching the game? I thought you'd be watching the game. I done did 2 videos so far. And you just sit back with me because I'm about to do Remy Ma Papoose again. That shit was fun when we did that. That's what I'm going to do next. I don't know what happened. My whole thing just went down. How come it's not showing my picture? Oh, I see why. Okay, I see why. Damn, I had this video ain't even supposed to be that long. I'm not starting it over. Shit. Damn, but this a good. Oh, oh shoot, we going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. All right, let's watch these videos. My whole computer just shut down. So then Representative Jackson, he out of Texas, he's calling out the Biden administration and every Democrat who voted against border security for this elite for this evil immigrant for cutting off this man's head. And I'm about to show it to you. Damn, where is that? Here we go. Here go the first video. There go the head. Look at him. That's a killer for real. And he kicked the head. Look at this. This is real. And he pick up the head. He pick it up. What kind of shit is this? And he just walk on down the street. Yeah, everybody, I be getting the fuck away from him too. Wow. That's why they got to get the fuck up out of here. I ain't keeping these videos. Let me show it one more time. That's in front of his wife and his kid. His wife and kid. He just kicked the head. He just kicks the head. You can't make this shit up. Look at the head. That's that man's head. Now he gonna go back and pick it up. Like it ain't shit. What kind of shit is that? I'll be running from his ass too. They got the hell on. That shit. Yeah, that's why they gotta go. And if y'all want the illegals in your house, then you take them in your damn house and feed and clothe them. You do that shit. Hopefully you still have a head.
Let's move now to the latest in another breaking story we've been following all day long. Also a tragic one. A witness just told us a man was running for his life before a suspect beheaded him with a machete.
This story is extremely disturbing, and we need to warn you that some of the details you're going to hear may not be appropriate for your
Right,
viewers.
therapy, right.
This happened this morning in the parking lot of an East Dallas motel just off I-30 near Samuel Grand Park. Our Cole Sullivan has been on the scene since minutes after the attack. Cole, police tell us they do have a suspect in custody here.
And they arrested that suspect just about a block from where I'm standing up the road here. We saw a machete on the ground in the parking lot where they arrested that person. But the attack happened here at the downtown suites. It unfolded just after 9:30 this morning, police say. And this is the scene earlier today when police arrived here on scene. A witness I talked to said this was an argument that started out loud between two men in the parking lot of the motel when one of the people, the suspect, went inside a motel room and came back out with a machete and began slashing the other man. That victim started running for his life, the witness says, and nearly made it to the motel office before he slipped and fell, and the suspect caught up with him.
That's when he got over on the top of him, and then he hit him again, hit him on the foot, Then he trying to like he trying to split. He was gonna go vertical, and he was gonna like he's gonna try to split his head. But I guess he changed his mind on that, and then he started just whacking at his neck.
Damn. Damn.
That witness, who did not want her face shown, says that she believes that the suspect hit the victim more than 50 times with the machete. Police say that he died here on scene, and the witness says the suspect never said anything throughout that attack. Dia.
Cole, what do we know about how police were able to catch the suspect?
Police gave a little bit of information at a briefing earlier this afternoon. They say that they were able to get that suspect because they had officers already in this area proactively patrolling. They were on scene within minutes. They arrested him, as I said, about a block from where this attack unfolded. They say, a witness I talked to say that they drove past just before that happened and saw a man who appeared to have blood on him in the parking lot of a beer mart just up the road. Police say that they haven't released the name, I should say, of that suspect yet, but police say they expect to bring serious charges, as you would imagine, against him. Dia.
All right, our Cole Sullivan reporting for us live on another tragic situation today. We appreciate that. Stay with us for continuing coverage on both of these.
You can't make this shit up. I got to sign in for this video. Damn, I'm gonna have to No, I don't want that. Oh shit. No, I don't want that. But let me just go to this one.
Finally, in Dallas, a tragic story is making headlines. A 50-year-old Indian origin motel manager lost his life in a horrifying machete attack right in front of his wife and son. What began as a simple disagreement over a broken washing machine spiraled into an act of unimaginable violence, all captured on camera. The suspect, a colleague of the victim with a violent past, has now been arrested and charged with capital murder. Our next report has all the details.
A shocking crime in Dallas is making headlines. An Indian origin motel manager was brutally killed in front of his own family. The reason? An argument over something as ordinary as a washing machine. 50-year-old Chandramoli Bobegamalaya, originally from India's Karnataka, was the manager of a motel in Dallas. On Wednesday morning, what began as a dispute over a broken washing machine spiraled into unimaginable violence. According to court documents and witness accounts, Nagamalaya told his co-worker, identified as Cobos Martinez, not to use the machine. He reportedly asked a female colleague to translate the instructions rather than addressing Martinez directly. That small exchange
Don't speak no English. No English. Here we go with that bullshit.
left Martinez enraged. Moments later, in a fit of anger,
Right, therapy.
Martinez chased the manager. The frightened victim ran toward his motel office, where his wife and son were present. They tried desperately to intervene, but Martinez was unstoppable. CCTV footage, now circulating online, shows Martinez retrieving a machete. In broad daylight, and in front of his colleague's family, he launched a deadly assault. Malaya was beheaded as Martinez.
Wait a minute, let me just go back a little bit since StreamYard tripping.
Nagamalaya was beheaded. As Martinez walked away, covered in blood and still holding the machete, a Dallas fire rescue truck arrived. The crew followed him from a safe distance and waited until the police arrived to arrest him. The Dallas Police Department confirmed Martinez has been charged with capital murder. He already had a criminal history, including auto theft and assault. This time, he faces the possibility of life without parole or the death penalty. Authorities say Martinez confessed during interrogation. He now remains in custody with no bond set. The Consulate General of India in Houston issued a statement, calling it a brutal and tragic loss and offering condolences to the victim's family. Officials added they are in close contact with the family and with Dallas police. The horror of this case has left the local community shaken, with many asking how a simple workplace disagreement could explode into such a gruesome act. For now, One family is
He
left
looked
shattered,
like he
and the
demonic.
community is in shock as
He
the
looked
suspect sits
crazy.
behind bars.
First post now available in 9
Well, one
languages on
thing
YouTube.
about it, he can handle himself in prison, that's for sure, because he ain't got no problem cutting off a head. He ain't got no problem with that. Let me see if this the same thing.
Good afternoon, I'm Dia Wall. We're monitoring breaking news right now of a beheading at an East Dallas motel. We brought it to you as breaking news on midday, and just moments ago we heard from the Dallas Police Department with an update on this situation and the investigation. We're going to bring it to you in full.
This morning at about 9:30 a.m., Dallas police responded to a stabbing call in the 3400 block of Samuel Boulevard. The preliminary investigation determined that the suspect cut the victim with an edged weapon several times. Dallas Fire Rescue responded to the scene where the victim died. The suspect is in custody and charges are pending. This is an ongoing investigation, and updates will be provided at a later time. Our officers were proactively patrolling the area and responded quickly to take the violent criminal into custody. Even though he was armed with a bladed weapon, the officers showed tremendous restraint and used minimal force to apprehend him. This violent crime will not go unpunished, and our department will thoroughly investigate.
He looked like he's shaking. He's shaking about that.
I'm not in response to your questions, man.
First Assistant Chief Terrence Rhodes there. I want to bring in Senior Crime and Justice Reporter Rebecca Lopez. And Rebecca, you really got the tip that helped alert us to what was going on.
Right,
here.
they are
The thing I
therapy.
noticed in that brief press conference, he
Facts.
paused and gather himself.
Yeah, apparently this
His
is just a
own
very horrific
Cuba
scene
don't
that
even
the
want his
officers have
ass
witnessed
back.
out there.
He probably got a long.
Initially, my source
Look, he probably got a long rap record in Cuba. They don't even want his ass back. They probably shipped him over here and told him get the fuck out and go to America while the border is wide open, and he did just that.
that there was a beheading at this motel, and now we're hearing from eyewitnesses. We'll bring those to you later, but what I can confirm right now is that a man walked up to this other person. They were having an argument and then used a machete to sever the person's head off, and then disposed of the person's head. This is just such a disturbing story, and so I can only imagine.
Oh, so he picked up the head and threw it in the garbage. You can't make this shit up. You cannot. Right.
The officers did arrive very quickly. I've just looked at some police
Even the
records,
police
and
officer
I could
was
read in those
shaking. You
records
could see
they had
that in his
several 911
face.
calls of people that witnessed this. They saw this happening. They're telling DPD this person has just been beheaded. DPD gets there very quickly. They do see the suspect, and my sources are telling me that they were able to tase that suspect and take that person into custody.
Right now on your screen, you're seeing some of the images that we've captured from our chopper up above of the scene there at that motel. And Rebecca, when you're looking at some of this, First Assistant Chief Rhodes said a bladed weapon. Your sources tell you it was a machete. And there were several calls that came in. What were some of the things that folks were saying beyond? I mean, because I can imagine that had to be a traumatic scene.
They're saying you need to get here quickly. There is a person with a machete that has basically beheaded this person. Apparently there was some sort of argument between these two people, and then
Over a
this
washing
happened.
machine that was
I
broken.
cannot recall, Dia, the last time that I even heard of anything like this happening in Dallas. I covered a case in Louisville several years ago where a woman was beheaded using a chainsaw by her husband, who, by the way, is still on the run. That was a very disturbing case, but I've not heard of anything like this in Dallas County or in the city of Dallas in recent memory.
What else are you hearing from your sources? I know it's still early, DPD not even confirming that it was a machete or that this was a beheading that took place here, but what else have you been able to learn from your sources?
So we do have the suspect's name. We're not releasing that suspect's name right now. We have been able to confirm that this suspect was on probation.
He was on probation.
Again, we're not releasing that. We're digging into his history. We now have a little bit more. We've also just heard that there have been some broadcastify type tapes where you could hear the 911 calls. You could hear what's happening with, DPD trying to get out there to the scene, so quickly. As you can imagine, Dia, my sources say that when officers got out there, they witness all. I mean, they see everything. They see the gore that has transpired out there, and it is just, it's horrific for these officers as well. They do have a
they look like they were shaking.
Officers that witnessed this, but I can also imagine the witnesses that saw this. They're literally calling DPD on 911 saying, "We are watching this person get decapitated." That's horrific.
And beyond that, you have to think about the crime scene technicians who are coming out to process that scene and clean up whatever is there. What are the next steps? You've covered crime and justice here for decades. What are kind of the next steps in an investigation like this?
So right now they'll take the suspect they obviously took him into custody. They'll probably take him down to DPD headquarters if he's not already
That's
there.
right.
He'll be questioned and then he'll be processed.
That's right, Therapy.
There'll be an arrest affidavit eventually that will detail more of what happened. And then as far as there's obviously they've got to notify the victim's family. Then officers that were at the scene will be offered any kind of help that they need to deal with this horrific incident. So those are pretty much the next steps. So now it'll be very interesting to find out what the suspect tells them, if he was high on something.
He admitted it. He said he did. Well, how can you not? It's cameras and your ass covered in blood.
Component of mental health, or they are giving us more information about the scene and you see something.
All right, this is the video that I really want to show. I got to sign in to show this video, so that's what I was doing. All right, sign in. Okay, here we go. Now, this from beginning
A brutal
to...
killing in Texas, Dallas has sent shockwaves across America and India. A 50-year-old Indian man, Chandra Nagamalaya, was beheaded in front of his wife and son at a motel on September 10th. The violence began with a dispute over a broken washing machine.
He chasing
Police
him.
say the accused, 37-year-old Jordanis Cobos Martinez, carried out the attack with a machete. He has now been arrested and charged with capital murder. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed that Cobos Martinez is a Cuban national. Officials say he was released under the Biden administration because Cuba refused to take him back due to his criminal history. The attack took place at the...
See? Y'all thought Trump was lying that they released their prisoners, they mentally ill, and told them, take your ass to America. This is proof right here. They won't take him back. They shipped his ass on a little boat. Get the fuck on. Because of his criminal history. Did you hear what Cuba said? Because of his criminal history, they will not take him back. Don't nobody want him.
Suites Motel in Dallas, where both Nagamalaya and Cobos Martinez worked. According to the arrest affidavit obtained by Fox News, Nagamalaya had asked Cobos Martinez and a female colleague not to use the broken machine. He had asked the female colleague to translate instead of speaking to Cobos Martinez directly. That, investigators say, enraged the suspect. Video evidence shows Cobos Martinez leaving the room, pulling out a machete, and launching the attack. Nagamalaya ran into the motel's car park screaming for help, but the suspect chased him down and struck him repeatedly. The victim's wife and son, who were inside the motel office, rushed outside to try to save him, but they were pushed aside. Witnesses say the suspect continued hacking until Nagamalaya was decapitated. CCTV also showed him kicking the victim's head into the car park twice before taking it to the dumpster. The affidavit further reveals chilling details. Cobos Martinez picked up the severed head, carried it to a dumpster, and was arrested moments later. He was covered in blood and still holding the machete. Dallas fire rescue personnel nearby followed the blood-soaked suspect until police arrived. Cobos Martinez later admitted to using the machete to kill Nagamalaya. Police have not confirmed whether the attack was pre-planned. The Indian Consulate General in Houston has expressed shock and grief. In a post on X, it said, Consulate General of India, Houston, condoles the tragic death of Mr. Chandra Nagamalaya, an Indian national, was brutally killed at his workplace in Dallas, Texas. We are in touch with the family and offering all possible assistance. The accused is in the custody of Dallas police. We are following up on the matter closely. Meanwhile, a fundraiser has been launched to cover funeral costs, immediate expenses, and his son's college education. The funeral for Chandra Nagamalaya will be held on September 13th. For more news and updates, watch Mint News.
Well, y'all be mad at me because I talk about their ass. Get the fuck out. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I want you to come up because I'm about to do Remy Ma. I gotta throw, I'm about to do that again. We done with that shit. Alright, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I'm coming right back.